And good afternoon, fellow citizens of the verse, and welcome back to more Star Citizen with me, your host, Drew Egger. Hopefully being a little bit more competent than last time, that's the plan. Welcome one and welcome all. So back to my regular, this is kind of a new streaming slot for me that I'm trying out, because time is always precious, of course, and finding time to slot in a little bit of gaming amongst all the other things that I'm trying to do in my life is always tricky. But Friday afternoons at the moment is a slot that I'm experimenting with, so let's see how well this goes for Star Citizen and increasing adventures in the verse, which is a fabulous place to explore. Actually, it really is good. So all kind of good stuff. So yes, so we're back here in Star Citizen. I've been making a few tweaks again to the streaming setup. Let me know how it's going. At the moment, I am still streaming in 720. The reason being that my internet connection really is quite dodge by modern standards. I do live a bit out in the sticks, I'm afraid, and we are getting some super high-speed broadband coming in, I believe March, but it isn't here yet, so I'm still struggling on relatively old tech there. My PC is running well, though. My PC is running well. I am recording in 1080p, so if you're catching this on YouTube later on, you'll be going, it looks fine. But there we go. So apologies to you watching live on Twitch. It won't be quite as good as I will ultimately be able to do, but that's down to my dodgy internet connection, which at the moment I am technology limited. I can't do anything. But other than that, hopefully we're good. So anyway, looking at quick look at the chat. So Shiny Red Flag is here. Shiny Red Flag. Good to see you. Commander JR 1988 and Dutch Romancer is here. Alex N310 is here. First time chat from One Medicus is here as well. 07. I know where that's coming from. Excellent. Kelly Bagler is here. Always like a good guitar riff in the theme tune. Not a bad thing, is it? Actually, it's quite a nice piece of music, that. Dr. Introvertius here and has hello. I have a story to regale you with. Ooh, so do tell. The Shadow Ivan is here. Spellquit is here, and Blasmith is here as well. So fantastic. Well, with no further ado, let's get back into the game and find out where I'd got to, actually, because I'm. Because I'm old, well, relatively old, I'm playing quite a few games at the moment, and streaming and Twitch and writing and broadcasting and doing audio books and doing other stuff as well. I'm quite a busy chap. I like being busy. I like doing stuff. I'd forgotten where I was and what I was doing, so it turns out I'm in Lawville. So here we go. Let me just go and get it back to the game view. This is where I am. I'm sitting on a chair. In Lawville, and this is I haven't been here before. This is a new spawn point for me, and it sort of looks like some student digs. It's with some with what looks like a graphics card on the roof. It looks like some slightly dodgy student digs. Everything looks quite grubby and kind of used, and not necessarily all that hygienic. So I'm kind of looking around here thinking, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch that. The floor looks reasonably clean, but everything else looks pretty grubby. So I mean, there we go. I mean, that's just first impressions. I do love the. This is one thing that Star Citizen really, in my experience of playing space games, has done so well. Is everywhere you go has a really different vibe. Makes you feel like you've travelled somewhere. So there we go. So Dr. Introvertius, the story is a lot easier to explain over voice. Okay, so we might have to schedule a bit of a conversation. I haven't got all the equipment set up to do voice stuff whilst I'm streaming, I'm afraid. So we'll let's set up an appointment, Dr. Introvertius. Send me some contact details and we'll have a chat. That sounds really good. Spellcode, I believe it would be more painful for your PC while encoding at both 720p and 1080 at the same time. So I've got to play around with it, because I must admit I don't know the technology behind the streaming very well. I've been experimenting with different settings, so let me know how it's going. And Streamlabs seems to be a little bit odd. It doesn't always do what it says it's doing. So that's my kind of general observation. There we go. Wintermute is here as well. Lucas is here with a subscription as well. Thank you very much for that. Sound Universe, this is an L19 residence, public residence, unlike the worker residences in the city. So this is what? This is the slightly posh residence. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so this is better than perhaps what most people get. What's interesting is and I still like this about Star Citizen, it feels a bit strange in the sci-fi universe. Yeah, send me a whisper on Twitch or on Discord, Doctor Devoted. Either way is good to catch hold of it. Probably actually thinking about it, Discord is probably easier. I'm more likely to spot that because the problem is I get so many comms in so many different channels nowadays. Somebody says, "Why aren't you on XYZ social media?" Because I said, "Well, I've already got 7 of the damn things. So how many more do I need?" Right. So let me get up out of my chair, which is, I think it's just Y, isn't it? So is there cool stuff to I think I just stepped over the back of that chair. This is another thing I love about Star Citizen. Some of the stuff is so mundane and ordinary. I mean, that chair looks virtually identical to the one I'm actually sitting on now. And that's quite cool. And there's a cardboard file there for sticking some text in. It looks like, is that a pack of cards there? Yeah, playing. You see, there's lots of very mundane items, which sets a tone. I mean, that's a microwave, isn't it? You know, and there's, you know, somebody's left a cup with some knives and forks in it. You know, there's a fridge here, isn't there? Is that a fridge? I think it's a fridge. Yeah, see, it's a fridge or maybe an oven. Difficult to tell. But I just love that attention to detail. If I can make it close, I got, you know, somebody was joking at me the other day. Said, "Why do you always close everything?" Well, I said, "Well, sure you don't leave the fridge open when you leave the residence." And that level of interactivity is very cool. Now this one's actually got quite a cool bed that you can get out on both sides, which is quite nice. And this whole business about just, you know, lying down in your bed and now some people would say, well, there's no gameplay in that, and they say, well, there is and there isn't, because and it even remembers which side of the bed you got out on actually. so in Lawville you can get out on the wrong side of the bed. So you can, depending on which side of the bed you get on, you can have a really bad day. That's quite cool. Is that a coffee machine? Make coffee? Oh no, actually it works. Oh no, I haven't got a cup. Where do I get a cup from? Just splashed coffee all over the table. And I can't believe the coffee machine actually works. That's fabulous. Okay, so is there a is there a coffee cup? That was awesome. Oh, is that it there? Or was that just some make coffee? There's some drawers here, but oh, hang on. There is a coffee cup in there. Can I get one out? Can I crouch down? Can I? Oh, I can't get a coffee cup out. So maybe that hasn't been implemented yet, but it's, you can suddenly see where it's going. I can actually maybe in the future make a cup of coffee before I start on my space extravaganza. That's just brilliant. I love that attention to detail. Okay, so there's a cupboard with a coffee cup in it, a coffee machine that does actually work, but doesn't. There's no means for me to give it a cup. It's like a coffee tease, isn't it? That was very cool. Okay, so it's stuff like that. I love stuff like that. I absolutely love stuff like this. I don't know what else I could interact with it. Look, it is really a grubby sort of place, though, isn't it? Was there some of these places have showers? I don't know if there's anything in this one. There's a fire extinguisher on the wall. I don't know if there's anything else in here. So you can see they're sort of building on bits, aren't they? In terms of stuff you can actually interact with. So it's very, very industrial here, isn't it? Very kind of, you know, we'll just slap this together, stick a few things in, job done. I mean, I've lived in worse places, but and yeah, here's a little thing. I mean, my OCD is really tripping out on this one. Look, that mat isn't straight on the floor. It's like, gotta tidy that up. I wish I could interact with that map and just straighten it. That's been done deliberately to wind up people like me. The cup should be on the machine. You used to be able to make and drink coffee while it wasn't bugged. Okay, so yeah, there's a bug with the coffee machine. Okay, the no gameplay in X is an overly reductive and dismissive argument. Yeah, I know, it's so, because gameplay is what you make it, surely. I mean, an awful lot of the time in games that I've had awful lots of fun with, the gameplay is is the silly stuff that you do while you're trying to either work around something that the game isn't designed to do, or or just the fact that it's multiplayer and you meet up with some friends and do some weird and wonderful stuff. It's nice to have missions and it's nice to have specific game loops. Obviously, you need those things to make up bigger things, but beyond that, gameplay is a hard thing to define. Can we tempt you with a trip to the best place in the verse, Grim Hex? Now, I've heard about Grim Hex. I haven't visited it, so yes, I'm quite keen to go and have a look at that. I do want to see if I can land on somebody's building, and I do want to see if I can salvage something in space. So I'm quite keen to see what sort of missions might be available for that. So there we go. Adam Smith says, I didn't play during the golden age when the coffee machine worked. The blue panel of the doors, lights. I do like light switches. There we go. Let's switch the lights on and off. Oh, they all go off in sequence. Oh, how cool is that? And then there's some sort of emergency desk lights. Well, that's quite a mean and moody, isn't it? So that I can still study in the dark, but when I want to go to have a sleep, it's nice and that's very good. I do like that sort of thing. Right. Anyway, that's enough mucking about in the hab, right? Grim Hex might overload your OCD, right? Okay, that sounds like it might be worth a visit. I have heard about it. It's a sort of a run-downy, sort of dodgy place, so I've heard. I don't know much about it, so I haven't been here before. So you can't land on the buildings in this city, but you can in all the other cities. Okay, so maybe we have to go somewhere else to have a mission like that. Okay. I'm going to try and be very quiet with my mouse. I haven't got a mouse mat yet, but I did pick up a few people being annoyed at me for clunking my mouse. So I do apologise for that. I have adjusted the sensitivity, so hopefully it won't be too much more. Look, there's rubbish and stuff about. Some old mattress dumped outside. This really is a mucky place, isn't it? Oh, NPC doing. You're giving me some serious eyeballs there. Evening, Cyber Army, good to see you as well. So Shady Phase, Outlaw, it's an outlaw station. Okay, that sounds. So look, that's just bags of cellophane rubbish, and it's all just a mess. Looks like Amazon deliveries, and somebody's old mattress, a broken chair, just lots of junk. This is very, very, very cool indeed. Okay, so that's the exit. Presumably I'll be going over there, and there's cables, and this is a health and safety nightmare. This is. I love it. Look at this. It's just there's trash everywhere. It's all been left in the corners. Nobody's doing their job. Look, it's all what a mess. I couldn't live here. This is awful. But it's very cool to see. Indentured. You get a real vibe, don't you, that nobody really cares. This is just a mess, and there's stuff everywhere. And what's in there? Is that just some sort of? Is that a? Oh, that is. That's just a window into somewhere else. Okay, so let's have a look out here. So I can see some pollution. It's it looks awful. It's got that real industrial, doesn't matter kind of vibe going on. Very nicely done, though. Very nicely done. Oh, look, there's some gaming machines down there. I'm looking around the corner. Right, I've got to go down there, check out the games machine. Right, be careful with the stairs, I've been told. Right, so here's people chilling out. It's like student digs, isn't it? Just for space people. These NPCs, I mean, sometimes they seem to get stuck and not move. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's looking at his. Oh, he's actually looking at his interface. That's quite cool. This guy is sort of. I think he's maybe looking for some coins he lost. He really wants a drink. Sometimes their movements are really good and quite natural flowing. Oh, air quality index. Was that on the wall? Where's that? I didn't see that. Was that up? Oh, the stream might be a bit behind. I'm not sure. It's absolutely horrible. What's this guy doing? Is he selling something? What have we got here? Big Benny's. What's that? I don't know. It's not for sale anyway. And there's like magazines and it's so cool. That was a pool table. Oh, this is like the game environment. Okay. Okay, so these guys are playing cards. Look at this. This is really cool. These guys are playing cards, having a beer. There's some. Tell me these work. Tell me these work. Oh no, they don't. Oh, I thought you could be. The idea of playing a computer game inside a computer game is. Oh, this one's been busted. Somebody. How to play? Press start. Oh, they need to implement that. I mean, imagine playing Space Invaders or something inside a computer game in the arcade. That would be so cool. That one's actually still playing some music though, which is at least it's working. There's a pool table. So I mean, I guess these things aren't implemented yet, but they look great. Big Benny's is an instant noodle company. Wow. So imagine playing Gallagher or something on that console. That'd just be so cool. Exactly the sort of thing that should be in a space game. Really, really cool. So that's the spaceport. That's what I need to get back to. He obviously thinking about how he needs to get back there as well. So I need to keep an eye out for these air quality meters. So I haven't seen this. This is like a kind of recreational level to the. Oh, there's the air quality index thing. Okay, so air quality is 54 out of 100. It's satisfactory as long as you wear respiratory protection. If anything is suggesting that life is cheap here, excellent. Dear. Arena Commander and Star Marine are games in the lore of the game. Oh, okay. There's a Halo Infinite cabinet with the Halo Infinite. Oh, brilliant. There's a small arcade game in the RSA website. I hope they implement it in the game. Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, so yeah, having an in-game training simulator makes sense, doesn't it? That would be quite good. Yeah, that would be quite good. The screen on the wall cycle screens. Quality is really bad. Okay, let's get out of here before we suffocate. There's the exit over there. Right, so presumably I go to the exit to find my way to the usual spot. Okay, so ground floor. I'll forgo the elevators again. Absolutely love that. That's that's brilliant. Right, okay, so this is the ground floor. Do your duty, report suspicious behaviour. Okay, so dob in your mates as well. Okay, there's a guy at the end. What's those screens there for? Is that... Do they do anything? No, those ones are dead. Okay. So, I'm guessing I need to walk somewhere. It's a really depressing place already. I don't like it here. In a sense that I wouldn't want to be here. Not that I don't like it how it's implemented in the game. It looks absolutely fabulous, but it's got that horrible, broken down dystopian feel. It's really unpleasant vibe. But look at the views. Oh no, look, there's like look at that. There's like pollution coming out that pipe. That was there a moment. Is it stopped now? It's just, oh, there it goes. Look, there's pollution coming out the. That's just gross. I don't even want to ask what that is. Okay, so there is a plan for SCAM and TW to be accessed through sim pods in the game, but who knows if they will. Okay, well that'd be quite cool. Handy trick for the control panels and the elevators to hit middle mouse button while viewing them to scroll without... Oh, okay. Middle mouse button, right, I'll try and remember that. Air quality standards track with what gets tried to be passed as acceptable, and today it does. It's like, yeah, that'll do. Don't worry about the plebs. This is my first time in Lawville. Yeah, this is great view to the right ahead. Okay, so let's just take in the scene. So there's a bit of advertising, and one of the screens is busted. That's brilliant. Oh, look at the. Oh, that's just wrong. And this guy's just enjoying the view. I mean, that's just horrible. So why would you put a viewing platform where a massive pipe was emptying? It's just polluting the air. It's like it's almost a social commentary on the way our society might end up, isn't it? Because I mean, at the moment we're in the UK. Some of you may well know this, that we're complaining about our government polluting the rivers, and they're kind of pouring effluent, which is a nice word for a horrible thing, into the rivers, and. This place is just pouring. I don't want to ask what that is. It's just pouring crap into the atmosphere. I was going to say, bring a t-shirt in game with the phrase Lorville, breathe it in. It's absolutely horrendous, but it's brilliant. Look at that. I mean, is that a sci-fi view or is that a sci-fi view? I mean, it looks amazing, but horrible all at the same time. Yeah, this isn't the posh district. This is not, is it? This isn't. Property is quite cheap under those pipes. I bet it is. That is just that. And there's fans trying to blow. Oh, there's a little bit of weather coming in. Is that? That is now blowing in my direction. The stench here must be pretty bad. I'm glad it's not simulating smells. It's got to be pretty bad, surely. What a fabulous vibe, though. I mean, this gives a real sense of being, you know, people are not important. Wow. Yeah. No, it's ghastly. Oh, there's the star as well. Wow. And there's just like there's piles of windswept sand, I guess, just sort of chucked up against the edge where just nobody really cares. A couple of guards as well. Wow. Well, this is what's interesting to me as and for those of you who don't know me very well, I'm a science fiction author, and that's my sort of kind of day job, as it were. And what I'm getting here is such a well-developed sense of place. The game is trying really hard and really cleverly to tell me as the player, or tell me as the person perceiving this, what kind of place I'm in and what I can kind of expect here. I mean, look at that. Look, there's like there's a teddy. There's some, yeah, this is some homeless guy's pad. Nobody cares because he hasn't been moved on or tidied up. He's got a teddy, so what's going on? There's so many stories to be told about this place. Game over, man. Game over. It's so well done. It's everything I'm looking at is telling me a little bit about the narrative of this game, and it's fabulous. It's the vibe here is so good. And you know, there's water stains on the floor. You know when you walk down some dodgy car park in the centre of some industrial estate in a city, you know, and it's got, you know, odd damp stains on the wall, and you're just thinking, no, I'm not thinking about that. This is exactly that vibe. That there are patches of water on the floor where there shouldn't really be any water. You're just thinking, I think I might just step around that. It's such a good vibe. Well, it's horrible, but it's such a good vibe. I really don't know where I'm supposed to go. There isn't much in the way of signposts here telling me how do I get anywhere. I'm going to walk around that patch of dampness. Okay, so this is just number 19. Okay, so there's some signs there. Where does this go? That's the metro centre. So presumably that's where I need to go to get on the train. You hope it's water. Okay, so I think the inspiration for this Lorville district was Los Angeles. I've not been to Los Angeles. I've only ever been to San Francisco. So yeah, my first game I spent hours just exploring. This is what's so brilliant, and I'm kind of annoyed with myself for not trying Star Citizen earlier, really, because I mean, as a sci-fi experience, for somebody who in their head spends an awful lot of time kind of trying to imagine sci-fi universes and stuff and write them and, you know, bring them to life, the ability to walk around one and kind of play around in a universe of this type, where there's been so much thought and consideration to the vibe of what it feels like, is I just wish I'd done it earlier. It's just definitely been missing out. Workers' district, so that doesn't sound good. And there's signs on the floor. Okay, so there's an admin place. I don't know what that's all about. Is that a player coming up there? If it is, he's ignoring me. What's down here? Look, there's more dodgy water on the floor. Workers' district. I mean, this is production quad. Proceed with caution in the workers' district. So what's all this? Is this just where people have to work? It's massive. It's just it's so big. So is this where people actually have to work? This looks awful. I'm glad I've got my helmet on. Okay, so that's obviously the way out. This area is under constant surveillance. You are being watched. Nice. So what do they actually do down here? Is it mining? Workers only. So I'm presumably not allowed through there. I'm guessing. Wow. What's down the other end? Something similar? This is just so oppressive and horrible. Oh, and that seems to have come back up again. So Hurston is known for mining and weapon manufacturing testing. That's kind of what it does. Okay, so you've got to be careful you don't get turned about in here because it's so big. It's easy to get lost. Okay, so there's the transit thing. Okay, and I'm sort of outside. Wow. Yeah. Let's just avoid that patch of water again. Okay, so let's get on the train. In fact, before I get on the train, let's check out if there's any contracts around that's worth me doing some stuff. Okay, so there's quite a few. So search, investigation, investigate wreckage claim. Okay, so that's something we could do. There's a cave thing. ECN alert maintenance. Oh. Or delivery. Well, I tell you what. Let's before we do any missions, let's go to this grim HEX place because I'm quite intrigued by this. If you've never been to the perimeter zone, there's an exterior shantytowns and a space to spawn vehicles to drive out of city limits. Okay, wow. Okay. Where do you find shops and start checking out clothes and gear? A team in Montreal is currently working on fleshing out building interiors and landing zone locations so they can start adding mission content to these areas. Okay, so that's going to be quite good. All right, well, I do want to get on the ship. So where's... Okay, looks like this is the way to the train. Oh, I do remember this bit. Yeah, okay. To Central Business District. That's not where I want to go. Okay, hang on. There's a central line. There's multiple train spots. I need to get to the spaceport. So how do I find the spaceport? It's over there. I can see that. Restricted area, authorised personnel only. So I can't go in there. Okay. There's a map somewhere. Yeah. So this is the thing. The game is so big. You actually need a map. Inside. Oh, so Workers District, that's where I came from. Central line to Leavesden Station. Well, let's see if that will tell me where I can or can't go. Okay, so Lowville to Business District. Oh, and the Taser Spaceport. Okay, let's try. Okay, so here's a map. Okay, so where are we on the map? We're on the central line, which I've got a tube map. I need to map. You could go from the CBD, Central Business District, right? So where am I? I don't know where I am. Oh, okay. So hang on, Leavesden Station. That's where I am. Oh, here's the train. Let's get on the train anyway. Train is going to the Central Business District. Right, let's see if that helps. Even the train looks... Oh, the train's a mess as well. Look, it's all scuffed and horrible. Nice. That's really good. I'm at Leavesden. Right, okay, that was the sign. Yep. Okay, well, we're off somewhere. It's going to take me a minute to get there. Okay. Wow, so there's... Oh, we're sort of running parallel to the spaceport. Okay, so actually this is more complicated than some of the other places I've been to, in the sense you've got to catch different trains to get to different places. This is like commuting to work now. Excellent. It's a scenic route, but it works. Okay, so train interiors, yeah. Yeah, and looking out the windows, I mean, look at that. It just looks amazing. It's like nothing I've ever seen before in terms of a game. You know, the fact you can fly around here and interact with stuff. So okay, so we're now arriving at the central station. Oh, those two statue guys.
Stand by and let passengers disembark
Oh,
before
door
boarding.
open behind me. Right. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah. This I do remember this. Look at the. It's very 1984 with the cameras, isn't it? Oh, there's another train going down there. So. Okay. So that train is the one I caught. That's going back. Look at this. This place is a little bit more impressive, isn't it? Shiny floors and stuff. So. Just finding your way around in here is quite. Look at those statues. Right, where's a map? So this is the central business district. Okay, I was here before. Okay, so this is the. Oh, hang on. Okay, so right. So this is the central station. That's central line to Leavesden station. That's where I was. Okay, and this is the central line to the spaceport. Okay, so I need to go over here, catch a train. But actually swap trains in the game. Awesome. And just wait for a train to arrive, I guess. There we go. So there's like multiple. It's like a rail terminus. Orbital is the easiest city to navigate. Well, you see, the other thing, the other stations I've been at, the other planets have just got sort of circular routes, which is. I love the idea of having multiple kind of tram lines. That's very cool. They made it way more easy with New Babbage Crusader being just a loop. Yeah, so the loop is quite sympathetic to new players, isn't it? The other platform, okay, marvelous. Yeah, it's very, very good. It's very impressive. And little things that I notice. I mean, all the architecture here is very kind of. You can see it's built for a purpose. There's no beauty here at all. Everything is straight lines. Everything is that sort of gloomy shade of grey and dark red. The atmosphere is thick and polluted. It's just oppressive. It's horrible, horrible place. Even this yellow is very. It's designed to put you on edge. It gives you a. You can sense the vibe here is very much. You are not important. You know, you kind of comply with the rules or you get smacked about the head. It's got that. Everything about this place has got that. Built down to a price. Life is an important vibe to it. It's absolutely horrible. I would go mad living in a place like this. But as a sci-fi environment, it's just wonderful because it just you know exactly what life is like here. Look at that. You've got that industrial space down there. It's just everything is about commerce. Everything is about money. Everything is built down to the cheapest price. It's do more with less every single time. You know those performance appraisals you get. And where the big bosses downsize everything, and everyone's got to work harder because there's less money this year and all that sort of thing. Budgets have been cut, but profits need to go up. It's all that sort of horribleness. It's just done really, really well. These vibes. So okay, so there's the train. So hang on, let me just work out where I was. So I was at Leavesden station. I went to the central station. I went to the Teaser spaceport. So that's where I am now. Then there's a spaceport line to the metro centre. And there's a bunch of other places I can go as well. So gate 6, gate 5, gate 4. Okay, so it's really, really good. Yeah, this is the thing that I've been completely blown away with by Star Citizen, is how different each environment feels. You can tell they're sharing some stuff, like these gates, the scanning gates that you go through appear a number of times, but the vibe of everything is so different. Okay, so 2 metro, and the interiors feel, they probably aren't necessarily quite as big as I think they are, but they're certainly big that I struggle to remember them. When I go back to a new place that I haven't been to before, I go, oh yeah, it's up there on the left, isn't it? So now I've gone the wrong way. This is the spaceport line, so I'm now lost on the underground. I'm trying to find my way out to the spaceport. I don't know where I am. And the idea that I can get lost, actually, trying to find my way out of the game. Customs area, there we go, that's where I'm supposed to go. That's brilliant. It means it's in the right place. Someone says, it's the wrong way, it's the wrong way. And there's customs here, which presumably will function at some point in the middle You're leaving a green zone and you are being monitored. So customs interviews for stuff. In fact, there's customs areas. You know, implies the idea of smuggling things in the future, doesn't it? Which sounds quite cool. Right, out we go. And these big fans in the wall trying to keep the airflow moving. Okay, so this is the spaceport. Yeah, I do remember this. Little things like this as well, being, you know, there's a spaceship on display, which is very cool. One thing I do want to check out while I'm here, somebody said go into the New Deal place, which I've noticed is here, and we can actually have a look at some of the ships on display, which is quite good. Welcome to New Deal Shipyard. So, is it through there? No, that's an exit. Must be through here. Okay, so this is like a ship showroom, isn't it? What a good way of advertising the ships that you can go and get in the game by having the ships in the game. That's just brilliant. Why didn't anybody else think of that? So let's go into a bigger ship. Can I actually get inside? Am I allowed inside it when I haven't bought it? How do I get into this one? Has it got a lift? That looks like a thruster. Buy now, fly today. I don't think I can afford that one somehow. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a ladder. Okay, up there. So, do I... Can I go into it? Oh, open... There it does. Into open ladder. Alright, let's watch that come out. Bzzz. Look at that. Chug, 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 chug. Fabulous. How do I use it then? Well, I just enter the ship. Okay, just... Oh wow, so this is... I don't know what ship this is. Did anybody spot what it was? Okay, so I'm in here now. That's presumably closed up behind me. Yeah, so that's... Escape, yep. That's forward. So this is the cockpit of this ship. Okay, so it's quite different to my little Cutlass Black, isn't it? Oh, there's a total glass canopy. Presumably I can sit in... Will it allow me to sit in? Maybe not. Without being able to buy it, perhaps that's a bit much, but... Okay, so it's got quite a small little cockpit there. Can I open it up? And then you can go back. Oh, okay, there's the sleeping compartment at the back here, so you can keep on the ship. Okay, so it's not... This one's not huge either, is it? In fact, it's got less space here than I would say my Cutlass Black has. Is there any... Can I go any further back? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go back out then. Exit ship. Is there a way? Oh, and it's sort of. Okay, so that's the living quarters are sort of there at the front. Is there a way to get into the cargo bay at the back? Is that how this ship works? Just a ladder. Okay, so I thought that was going to be a bit bigger inside. Maybe it's not. There's some bigger ones around the corner, are there? Oh, you can enter the pilot seat from behind. Okay. Well, let's go and have, because those ones over there don't look as large. I think I saw some bigger ones down here. Oh yeah, look, oh, some decent, wow. Okay, some seriously big ships over here. Let's have a look at the big one of these. Okay, so I don't know what that is, but it's enormous. Oh, this one's got an elevator. I saw that in the this ship is huge. Okay, there's the elevator. So can I call the elevator? Buy. No, I can't buy it. How do I'll call elevator. There we go. Is it coming down? Oh, there it goes. I love this interact. Oh, it opens that way. Right, okay. So presumably then we click on this control panel and go up. Yep, that will make sense. This is so impressive, the way it just... Oh, and then I'm inside this... Look at that! Wow. No, so this ship has actually got like a hole in the middle of it, which is a weird design. Okay, so this is... This is huge. I mean, imagine trying to fly this ship around. I mean, it's a labyrinth. It's just enormous. I mean, presumably these bigger ships need multiple crews. And is that's oh, that looks like a bit of a glitch there. Don't think I'm supposed to be seeing that. Don't think something loaded correctly there. Don't get lost in this one. It's very big. It's huge, isn't it? Okay, I'm just trying to remember where. Okay, so there's. No, I might already be lost. I came down here, didn't I? That's right. So the elevator is on the right-hand side here. Okay, so bear in mind where the elevator is. I just want to see what the bridge is like, really. What an amazingly big ship. Okay. That must be the width of it. So this should be the centre line. Through the airlock. Is it open? Open. Okay. It's enormous. This doesn't appear to be anything, actually. Don't know where the bridge would be then. Unless I need to take a ride to the bridge. Bridges opposite behind the airlock. Okay, turn around. Okay. Oh, bridge. Right. Okay. Yeah. So how do I open the door? Does it just open? How do I? It's a front-facing airlock. Okay. So how do I open this door? The airlock is used for docking. Oh, there it goes. That looks like a drop. Is there a lift? It feels like there's a lift missing. Or do I climb down? I don't want to. There! Because that's going to. Surely that's going to kill me if I jump down there. How do I. Oh, there's the lift down there. But I can't summon it up here with anything. There's normally a button. Ah, call elevator. There we go. That's not very obvious. Okay, so I need to call the elevator to go down to the bridge, I think. Okay, that's quite weird. And then, oh, there's the bridge. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so this is a properly big into the pilot seat. There we go. So I can actually climb into this one. And then all the HUD stuff comes up. It slots me into the middle and fires up. Wow. Okay, so that's that's quite impressive stuff. The big ship. I mean, you've got. Okay, so and then it lets me get out of the seat and stuff. Is it real? What's beautiful about this is every ship I've been in has got that real sense of this ship is got weight and mass and momentum and bigness and all sorts of stuff. I do want to get back to my ship actually, so all I've been doing here at the moment is touring around looking at things. It's an achievement just to get to it. It is, but in a good way. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's not gameplay and blah blah blah. So well, actually, this whole idea of living in a sci-fi universe surely has got to include dealing with your ship. I mean, this to me is just, I'm having fun and I'm not doing anything. I'm just literally mucking about with the controls and existing in a sci-fi universe. You know, what did you do in Star Citizen today? Well, I just went to the shipyard and had a look at all the ships that are on sale. Well, okay, cool. You know, I mean, that one looks amazing as well. I mean, I could spend all day looking around that ship, but I actually want to go and do something. Because that one looks, look at the size of it. That's just, there's an elevator there. I don't even know what that ship. I don't know the ships at all yet. I've literally just begun to get a handle on playing the game. But what an amazing vibe! Do have a look inside. Okay, go on then. You've convinced you've convinced me. Let's call that elevator and let's have a look at this enormous ship. Because I'm never going to, you know, it'll take me presumably years to afford. How much money is this thing? Buy. It just says buy. Presumably I can't afford it. If you have to ask, sir, you can't afford it. So how does this lift work? There's no control panel. Oh, there we go. It's 5.6 million. Yeah, slightly out of my price range. Oh, hang on. There's the go up. I just sort of stamped my feet. Okay, up we go into the ship. Doors. Ooh, totally different vibe in here. So, there. Look at this. This is the cockpit. So, it's got 3 seats now, with a much more high-tech sort of vibe. Enter the pilot seat. Look at that. Sit down, turn around. All the consoles fold out. Oh, why is it gone for a funny angle? So can I start the ship up? No. Oh. Oh, it has fired up. Hang on, the mouse seems to have reacted a bit funny there. Let's just try that again. Enter pilot seat. Oh, there we go. Now it's worked. Okay. For some reason, it was driving off to the right. So, this has got touch-sensitive panels and stuff. So, I can display HUD. So, if I fire up the ship R, will it work? Or is it disabled? Maybe it's disabled. I don't want to bust it. Press F to reset your view. Okay, that's useful to know. Thanks for that. It doesn't seem to activate. So this is there's a transponder cargo bay. Open the car. Oh, I can open the cargo bay from up here. Okay, screens on. Landing gear up or down. And there's other open exterior. Oh, there's the power switch. Power off. Okay, here we go.
System off.
Oh. No, I want system power on. Is that powered up? Oh. I wonder if you can steal a ship. Press U to turn on the power. Okay. Okay, right, okay. So maybe, I'm assuming the ship is disabled to stop anybody from pinching it. Yes, it's exactly like it. That's come on, the Terraform. That's exactly like visiting the car dealership without intending to buy anything at all. Yeah, just waste the salesman's time. Why not? Okay, what's that seat down there? Is that a gunner's seat? Enter lower turret. Ah, cool. Let's just try that. Oh, this is just amazingly done. Oh wow, look at this. It's pew pew. Wow, so the power's off, which is probably very, very sensible given switch fire mode, switch gyro mode. This is a very bad idea. Does that? That's not responding to things. Okay, so that kind of makes sense that they probably wouldn't allow me to fire the guns in the. Don't get. It's exactly that. Originally, you could turn the display ships on and trigger the self-destruct. It would get very old very quickly for the dealership. What an amazing ship! Oh, there's glass. Is that glass panels or something? Or am I looking down through a glitch there? It looks like the planet down there. Okay, and let's see upstairs. Oh, this is like a luxury liner by compared to that other ship. View out the window. Oh, look, it's got luxury first class accommodation. Wow, what a ship! Windows, so you could just chill when you're flying through space. There's like a comfort. Oh, what an amazing ship! It's got a bar in the spaceship. Oh, how cool is that? Oh, I need a spaceship with a bar. I hadn't even thought of having. I mean, always got some decent drinks. Oh my god! Having a space bar in a space game is a big deal to me. I'll read the bottle labels for reasons which I probably can't go into now. But you know, it's important to be able to go to the space bar, right? And Atlas Nouveau. Oh, wow, absinthification. Fantastic. Hippocampus. These are really good. Dolan. Brilliant. Radagast. There's so many literary little references here. This is brilliant. Wow, and some vodka as well. Platinum rye vodka. Wowzers. So having a space bar in a space game is a good thing, but I hadn't even thought of the idea of having a space bar on a spaceship. I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, no drinks to be consumed during docking or landing. Has it got a fish tank? Is that a fish tank? There's no fish in it. Or is that? It looks like a fish tank. With a kind of crashed some spaceships inside the fish tank. What a brilliant ship! Oh, I need to get myself something like this. Just to hang around in. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go anywhere. I would just land it on the moon and just. Did I notice a button on the floor? No. What does the button on the floor do? Oh yeah. What's that? Down. Whoa. Where's that going? Oh, is this the cargo bay? Okay, so I can kind of check out the cargo. Okay, how do I get? Oh, there's an up button. It's always useful. Wowzers. Okay, and then it's to the back of the ship, and what an amazing ship! Oh, it's very dark in here. Power plant, gravity generator. Okay, so a bit of lore there. Some screens, and so you can get to access to sort of components of the ship, which sort of does make sense. And what's that? I've been totally distracted from my. It's all your guys' fault, by the way. That's a snub. That's a Thermarin fighter. It's a deployable snub fighter. So it's got its own little ship that you can then. Oh, a ship launch fighter. It's the hot tub. T for flashlight. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's done. Ah, okay, cool. Okay, so that's a little snub fighter that I can get into. I can. Hang on. So it's actually working as well. Open canopy. Oh, this is so sci-fi. And then, how do I get into it? Enter pilot seat. Okay, so it's got a little ship. It used to work in this display model. Don't press N. Right. Okay. Oh, the hot tub is near the fish tank. Oh, it's the hot. It's the hot tub in the spaceship. Okay. How do I get out of here? Open exterior. I presume I press Y to get out. No, maybe not. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, hang on, there's a hot tub, so I've missed this hot tub. Where's the hot tub? Is it in the floor here? Tell me it's in the floor. Oh, there's a button over here. Oh no, it's not going to do what I think it's going to do, is it? Oh, that opened. What's? Oh, okay. Hang on. What's all this? Oh, that's where you store your gun, or something. It's like a cabinet for. Okay, so I don't think it opens. The button for the hot tub is near the fish tank, obviously. Oh, is that on this side? Is that what you mean? Or is that's it there? Open. Is that not working? Oh, that's the master suite. Okay, so hang on. It doesn't seem to do anything. Don't tell me the spa's broken. Okay, so that's the master suite. That's where you'd sleep, is it? Okay, that's the bedroom. Cool. That's definitely the right button. Okay, so let's try that again. So maybe something's busted with the spar. That's a shame. Doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Oh, it's been broken. Okay, so that's a shame. So the spar is under maintenance. Oh, that's good. Oh well. And there's two. Buy the ship to use the hot tub. It doesn't work. Yeah. Well, I would. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the salesman now. Basically, I would have bought it, but hot tub wasn't working. So nah, you lost the deal, mate. Okay, there's other rooms here for other people. I like that. Two small little rooms. Look, and they've all got their own fish tanks as well. Oh, what an amazing ship. It's putting my little Cutlass Black to shame, isn't it? Shows you what you can do with interior design as well. Okay, so there's space for a number of people aboard, which is very cool. Okay, so this was the way in, wasn't it? So I think this is the exit. Yeah, so use elevator. All right. Well, let's go off. My little Cutlass Black is going to seem very pedestrian after all this. Look at that. We just stroll down onto the planet's surface and forget. Right, let's go and do something, shall we? Rather than just wasting the salesman's time. What the? Yeah, but that is just. The fact that I can spend, I mean, I know I'm chatting to you guys and we're sort of touring about and having some fun, but you know, the fact that I can spend an hour just looking around and having done nothing, that's just, I just love the sense of being here is just so amazingly good. And so this place is a bit nicer. You can see they put a bit of effort into the spaceport. Yeah, they don't want to put people off, do they? Before they get stuck in whatever it is that people do in this place. Okay, so there's my ship. Let's get that back, because it would be okay. So hangar 9, which is that's the mass transit. Where are the actual hangars? I came out of there, so it must be this way. But ship interiors don't have gameplay. Yeah, I know. It's just. There are the elevators to the hangars. It's just so much fun. Just. Particularly, I think, and I will get into doing some multiplayer stuff at some point. I've had a few invitations from the community to do that. So thank you very much for that. I will get there. Which hangar was it? Number 9. It's just so much to take in at this point in time that I'm still kind of, I've got the basic controls worked out now, but you know, hanging around with your mates, organising yourselves to get on the ship at a certain time, filling it up with stuff that you need for the mission, and then going off and doing it. I mean, if you've got a few hours to organise yourself, absolutely fun. But even if you haven't got much time to do anything, you can still run a few missions without too much time. But this game, you know, if you're not careful, will just slurp up your life, won't it? I can see why people find it so utterly compelling, particularly now. I still love this. I mean, the fact that I can just stand here on the back of my ship and watch the tailgate come on. And I do really like this Cutlass Black ship. It feels the right size for me. It's not too small, it's not too big. I can stand up without banging my head, you know, that kind of stuff. I've got 2 bunks now. I don't know if this is a bug that they fixed, because I think when I first got the ship, the top bunk didn't work, but it does now work, so I can sit and lie down on both beds, which, you know, that's a big deal when you've got a bunk bed. I can see, when my son and I play this, I can see us arguing about who gets which bunk. He'll always win, of course, but... okay, so let's get aboard. Let's get aboard our ship. There we go. This feels quite small and insignificant now compared to the things. Right, so my ship is activated. Everything looks good. Engine on. Let's talk to. And this I think is brilliant. The fact that I can use these controls here in the ship to talk to places. It makes me feel like the ship is a thing.
You are clear to launch.
So I've talked to departure using the controls in the ship. I haven't just pressed a button. It's just so good. Jep says, I've spent hours with a few people driving hoverbikes across planets and moons and it doesn't get bored. No, so you know, the environments are so nice. I've seen the ship interior. I should be bored. It's just It's not there, is it? Right, so let's do very minimal thrusters, straight up. We've got clearance, engines are on. I need to check this. I feel like I'm actually flying a ship. There's a few things I need to bear in mind. Right, so no, that's not good. Thrusters up. Right, which way around is? Am I going straight up? Got to be a bit careful. The dash in the front of my ship. Out, crunch. There we go. We're up. Okay, that probably wasn't the smoothest. And I haven't used the VTOL. I keep forgetting to use my VTOL, which is very bad of me. So I've got the VTOL capabilities in the ship, but I'm not using them properly. So anyway, let's get the undercarriage up. That's important. Let's get ourselves into space. And let's go to this grim HEX place, because I think that's where I want to. That sounds like the place I want to go to. And then flying across, look at that landscape below us. I mean, it's just horrible, oppressive, but it's proper sci-fi stuff, isn't it? A really nasty, grimy, dirty, horrible spaceport with lots of pollution. Brilliant. Okay, flying up into space. So where is Grim HEX, by the way? So is it? I'm assuming it's a space station. Grim HEX is near Crusader Moon. Oh, brilliant! There we go. Alex is already on the case. You can party and meet on Grim HEX. Okay, so I don't know how to do that in the game. Since last patch, I've travelled well over 1,000 kilometres across planets in the hover bikes in total. Very different way to it. Yeah, I haven't tried. I saw that a hover bike was available. I haven't even tried any of the ground vehicles yet. That's something on my list. Okay, so it's in the rings of Yella around Crusader. Okay, so we're almost up into space now, aren't we? I think it's about 12,000 metres up we have to be. So let's throttle back down. And then switch on the map. Right, okay, so Crusader is on the opposite side of the star. Okay, so set route, let's go there first. Can do that. Right, activate the quantum drive. It's quite funny. So yeah, I think yeah, Coruscant in the Western days. Yeah, onwards to Grim. Right, so let's go to Crusader first. So engage. Quantum drive is engaged. Right, there we go. Boom. Okay. And you get this. What's nice about this is you get this is quite a nice effect. So there's a sort of redshift thing going on. Redshift, a blue shift thing going on. And the thing that I think is still amazing about this game, I've got to do it for those of you who haven't seen this. It's just really, really good. I can get up out of my seat whilst the ship is flying, right? This is a big deal. The ship is doing its thing. It's navigating to wherever, Crusader, wherever we're going. I can wander then down through my ship. Now, in some of the ships, you know, I think the ship definitely needs a bar or a small drinks cabinet or a coffee machine or something. It could do with a table in the middle here, I think, somewhere to chill. But I can look at this. I'm going back to the cargo bay. I can open the doors, and I can hang out of the ship. I'm not going to go too near the edge because I might die. But look, I can kind of just admire the view while I'm in like quantum travel. It's just insane. The fact that I can open the door when I mean, I don't know what would happen if I went out there. Probably something very bad. But the fact that I can do that, and it's a thing that I can do, is insane. That's just, I mean, that's amazing. There's no other word for it. You know, in a space game, the fact that I can open the airlock door and hang out, you know, watching the vacuum go past, and you can actually get out of the ship's seat in cruise control. We'll keep going. You'd be okay just stranded in the middle of nowhere, so that's probably not something I want to do at this stage. That probably doesn't make for very good gameplay, does it? But you know, I can open the back door as well, as long as I don't fall that back, because this cargo bay is kind of open to vacuum. Look, and there's the quantum drive doing its thing literally, and I'm just hanging around here admiring the view from the back of my spaceship as it's en route to somewhere. I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous. It really is. The problem with this game is it's so good, you know, in terms of that kind of immersion. It's as a writer, I'm kind of thinking, oh, I'd really like to just go and do that. Now I can. This is the first game I think I've ever played where I've actually felt like I'm actually in this universe and not playing a game. Elite was pretty good at that, to be fair. Elite Dangerous was pretty good at that. But this whole business of being able to feel like your ship is a thing that you can interact with. And I've said before in the stream, I feel more association with this ship, this Cutlass Black that I've got, than any other virtual thing ever. Okay, you know, space game, car game, whatever. This, you know, I would be really upset if anything happened to this ship. Again, I know it's just a digital ship, right? I know it doesn't really matter and it doesn't exist in any meaningful way, but it kind of feels like it does. You know, I've been to a few places in this ship. I've got an incoming call. I won't accept these at the moment. I will at some point do some. I promise I will do some. I don't know. Why is that? Why is my mouse not allowing me to? Oops. Don't think I meant to do that either. There, no, not. Ah, my mouse has got sort of stuck. That's why something's gone wrong. There. Let's get rid of that. Now I've got some slight graphical glitch here. Not sure what I've done. Let's see if I can get. Can I get out of? Don't know what I was trying to do. Now I'm stuck. Kind of with the mouse not. I don't know where the mouse is. It's sort of okay. Sort of there. Alt tab out and tab back in. Okay. Right. Ah, there we go. I think. It's sort of. Ah, there we go. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what I did there. Z, pull mouse plug in that. But okay, so maybe I don't know where my USB port for the mouse is. Anyway, we've arrived at Crusade now. This is the gas giant, isn't it, with a breathable atmosphere? Okay, so the mouse is definitely doing something a little bit odd. Okay, not to worry. I left the door open. I right click. Okay, so the mouse isn't allowing me to operate the user interface for some reason. Anyway, where do I need to go? Someone said yellow. Can I see that? Okay, it's working now. Working in that interface. Okay, so Crusader. Oh, there's yellow. Right, so I need to go there, I'm guessing. Okay, so that basically says I need to take an orbital thingamajig in order to get there. So let's do that. I should really be flying it with the HOTAS because I've got that mapped. That works better for me actually. Right, okay, so orbital marker 4. Let's do that. So that's quite a nice thing as well, getting around the planet. All the planets have these orbital markers that kind of, well, I'm guessing are geostationary orbits or something around the planet. And as a result, you can use them to swiftly move around the planet because quite often the thing that you're trying to find is obscured by the planet itself, which isn't all that surprising. Okay, so yellow isn't very far away, so that won't take us very long to get there. Okay, so it's a moon of this gas giant. Okay, okay. There's a bug. It says Cyborg War. There's a bug where ships stop responding after jumps. The next patch has it fixed. Okay, so that we just encountered the bug, which, to be honest, I haven't encountered as many bugs as I would expect to. So okay, so how do I find? So there's the ring. We're sort of inside the orbit of the ring. Daemon. There's the gas giant. Port Olisar, there's a collar ray. There's all sorts of stuff here. Kellen. How do I find what I'm looking for? OM4. So maybe I need to have a look. Let's go a little bit closer. This UI is a bit hard to use actually, to be honest, because quite often there's a really bright thing in the background. Okay, Grim Hex. Oh, there's Grim Hex. Oh, it was for a moment. Okay, so the usability of this interface is not good. Oh, there we go. I think that worked. There we go. Okay, so Grim Hex. So I hope they improve that a little bit because that's quite hard to use at the moment. Okay, star map is getting a rework soon-ish. Okay, cool. That's good. So, because in some situations, like you saw then, just then, it's quite hard to navigate it. Okay, so now we're quite high. Quite an interesting planet, the icy moon. Ah, so there's Grim Hex. Is it actually in the rings? Oh, please tell me it's in the rings. I want to see what star system's rings look like. Hey, oh, okay, rings. There we go. Right, switch off the quantum drive. That's just a bunch of asteroids. Is there something that I can see a little something? Okay, now I can just reject that. There we go. Okay, that's now started working. Is that okay? So that looks to me like there is actually something there in the asteroid itself. It's okay. It's very much part of the rings. It's an actual asteroid ring. It's an asteroid station inside. Oh wow. Okay, so it's an asteroid station inside. Oh yeah, it is. Look, they're all linked together. So a bunch of asteroids have been connected together to make a space. Oh, how awesome is that? Every time this is what's really good. Every time I think I've kind of I think I've seen most of the things now. They get. Oh, what the hell was that? This sounds like a very, very dodgy place. Just saying. Right, so contact ATC to land. Right, let's do that. Oh, come on. Green Imperial Landing Services. Okay. Okay, so. Ooh, that looks like Space T has arrived. Excellent. Dun, 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 dun. Can we have a land? We have permission to land. Excellent. Thank you very much. Space T, very important part of the day. Right. Okay. So we got a landing pad, but that's just a rock. So let's go in nice and slow. There was law for what Grim Hex was before it was taken over. So this is an outlaw station. Okay. Grim Hex for short. Green Imperial Housing Exchange. Grim Hex. Right, okay, gotcha. Been playing since day one. Even with the bugs, it's the best game out there, especially with the group. It's like a new game every 3 months. And Space Theatre. Okay, so I'm flying directly for a rock. That can't be right. It must be on the other side of that. So let's just use the lateral thrusters. Okay, is that the pad? Normally flashing. Oh, it's quite tricky to navigate around here. You've got to be careful, haven't you? You're going to crash into the space station. That's the other side of that rock as well. Okay, so let's be. Oh, I like the way it's a navigational. Oh wait, what happened just there? The lights all went out. Did we just eclipse the sun? Or am I behind a rock? Did we just lose sunlight? Where's the planet? Can't see it. If so, that's very impressive, where it suddenly went dark like that. I'll turn the ship lights. Yeah. Oh, there's the planet. Oh yeah, look, the sun's setting. Look at that. I didn't think the planets moved in this game. Is that? They obviously do. Look, the planets just eclipsed the star. So now I'm trying to dock with a dodgy space station in the dark. Right, let's turn the ship lights on. Okay, which doesn't help much, but it helps a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to have to be doubly cautious now. Okay, armistice zone. So let's fly around here. Those little connecting tunnels between the asteroids. Oh, it's so oppressive and dark now. Ugh. Little navigational lights. Got to be very careful of rocks and things in complete pitch darkness. Okay, so where is the landing pad? That's not a landing pad. Oh, this is really difficult. Tab to send out a ping. Okay, tab. Now this didn't work for me before. I don't know if it's remapped. So when I press tab, nothing happens. So I need to investigate that. Okay, planets and moons rotate. They do have future plans for the planets to orbit. Okay, so it's not fully kind of realised, but it's partially. That was very cool though. But hang on, if the planet V for scanning mode. Ah, V. Okay. How do I know I'm in scanning mode? Ah. Oh. Okay, I've got something up. I have no idea what I've done. Okay, so that's scanning mode. I don't know how to get back out of scanning mode now. Oh, hang on. Is that an entrance over there? Oh, you're in a stationary orbit around the moon, which made it look like the planet eclipsed the sky. Oh, okay. That still doesn't look like a landing pad. I can see ships. Oh no, hang on. No, maybe. Oh, it's that kind of half. Wow. Oh, it's in the side of the asteroid. Yeah, what a tight bit of manoeuvring that's going to take. Okay, let's put that throttle. Oh, and I've lost control of my speed limiter. I think that's upside down. Right, okay, now I've figured out which way is in. Wow, okay. Put the undercarriage down. Yeah, my speed limiter doesn't seem to work. So is this scanning mode? Take off scan mode, okay. How do I take off scan mode? Is it press and hold? Exit scanning mode, try Alt V. No, nothing is working. Oh, no, oh, it did work. Didn't seem to be instantaneous though. Let's try that again. Alt V. Oh, double tap. Oh, there we go, double tap. Okay, double tap. Switches it on. Switch. Can't switch. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, one or the other. Right, okay, now we can manoeuvre a little bit more carefully. Here we go. Right, Grim Hex, here we come. Okay, so throttle down to 0. Undercarriage is down, put the gear down. We're here. Ship lights off. Engines off. Okay, we're here. Alright, time for a cup of tea. Yay. Is my V key broken? No, it's fine. I think maybe it was a double tap. That seemed to work. Okay, so we're here. So this is an asteroid space station, which is outlawy. So this sounds like it's going to be dodgy as anything. Okay, so there's the actual doors to space closing. Somebody standing there watching it. I think I might close and lock up my ship just because. I don't want somebody pinching it. Okay. Landing bay arrivals. Doesn't look too bad at the moment. There's a bit of graffiti up on the wall there. Steam venting out the floor. Green Imperial Landing Services. Okay. So okay, hang on, a bit of graffiti over there as well. So I'm getting a getting a rundown of what this place is like already. Okay, so lift is similar, obviously. Let's go to the lobby. What's it like inside Grim Hex? Elevator 2. That was nice and quick. Didn't even get time for tea. Oh, okay. Is that a blood stain on the floor? Nice. Okay, and the guy there. The medical facilities there. Even the lights aren't working properly. Okay, so hang on, I need to put my ship away. Oh, look, the screen isn't working. Okay, so this is a really run-down kind of a place. Let's put the ship into storage. Maybe not for too long. Okay, stored at Grim Hex. Right, okay, so with a due sense of trepidation, where do we go now? These are the elevators. Okay. Oh, it's all rubbish on the floor again. I like the fact there's anti-gravity in this universe, because that solves you a whole stack load of problems, doesn't it, in terms of gameplay. That's a very wise choice. Okay, so all the information screens are busted. That's encouraging. So not much maintenance going on there. Oh, here's more dodgy piles of liquid on the floor. Okay, so it doesn't actually look. Look at that. There's scratches in the, as if there's been some sort of fight, I would imagine. Okay, so it's all rubbish. Landing pads that way. Debris on the floor. More debris on the floor. Magazines left lying about. Very salubrious. Okay, so food wrappers. It's just a mess, isn't it? It really is just a mess. What does this say? Error. Network cable disconnected or damaged. Maintenance required. Okay, so basically everything's busted. Everything is run down. There's emergency lighting. Oh, this feels really grim and grimy and horrible. You know those underpasses that you just don't go down in dodgy alleys where the lights flicker. There's going to be flicker. Oh, there's even flickering lights. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get mugged down here. This is not nice at all. Okay, so it says X depressurize. So what's that? Is that an exit out onto the asteroid? It's an airlock, so okay. Exterior. So what? I can actually go outside the asteroid itself. I don't think I want to go out, but I want to have a look. What is this? Oh, it's gone weightless. I've come off the gravity plating. Ah, ugh. Hang on, T. Okay, so is this one of those tubes? Is this one of those tubes between the asteroids? I'm floating free. So there's no... Oh, it's a zero-G environment. And I can hear in my earpieces, I can... Oh my goodness me, I didn't know it could do that. Yeah, look, I'm totally just... Oh, that's insane. So there's this... So presumably I've got little... How do I don't think I want to press F4, I got into trouble afterwards. So this is what a tube... Oh, it is, look, I can see out the... Oh my god, I can see out the window. So this is a tube that is connecting the asteroids, but the interiors of the tubes are weightless. That's just insane. Looks like a right mess as well. Oh, that's actually busted. So I can actually get outside here. I can. Oh my god, I think. Yep, I made it. Wow, I'm now sort of in space. Outside. Wow. And I've got 6 degrees of freedom of movement. I have. So that's the space station I was literally just in. And this, I don't know what I'm looking at here. It's sort of all busted up. But I'm in space. Wow. And I can sort of jet over to the asteroid. Just be careful I don't kill myself. Literally am in space. Got to be careful I don't get disorientated out here. Just finding my way back is going to be very tricky. I think I came from down there, didn't I? Yeah. Wow. Okay, so there are multiple ways in and out of the station at Dalton above the hangars. Have I not left my ship? I have parked my ship in space and wandered about, but I didn't realise you could do that sort of thing here. Right, okay, so presumably I can get back in by creeping my way through. Which way is it? That way, I think. Yeah. There we are. Wow. Okay. I can see. I mean, I'm not doing any gameplay here, other than just kind of arsing about in space. But the idea of being able to operate in a zero-G environment, and I've got to kind of roll around to make sure that I'm oriented the right way, so that when gravity does switch back on, which it will presumably when I open the door, that I'm the right way up. Wow. But exploring is gameplay, absolutely it is, yeah. But imagine trying to navigate through a hostile, weightless environment, trying to, I don't know, find some smuggled stuff or something like that. Okay, so that's... So there's gravity in the... Yeah, okay, gravity in the space stations. Oh look, even the stairs are bent. Enough people have been jumping up and down on the stairs. It's just all really knackered. Okay, so that's the elevator. So presumably I'll go down here. And there's like holes in the floor. This place is not nice, is it? This has got a seriously dodgy dealings kind of vibe to it. And presumably... Well, that's another exit, so okay, that's probably not the way I wanted to go then. Secret exit 1 of 2. Okay, let's not fall down the hole in the floor. So that was that way. So is it? That's the landing pad. Hangars, that's where I came from. So is there a sort of concourse-y sort of a place? It does say elevators. Maybe I need to go to the elevators. Oh, elevator 1. Okay, so that's not the elevator that takes you to the hangars. This must take you somewhere else. Okay, let's have a look around there. Ooh, spooky. Okay, the 2 large elevators. Right, okay, thank you for that. Oh, yeah. Okay, you kind of got a very agricultural looking elevator. So what have we got here? We are in the lobby. Current floor lobby, main concourse. Okay, let's have a look at what the main concourse is like. With a due sense of trepidation. Complicated elevator. Oh, it's a right mess. Okay. So, loads of debris all over the floor. Open. Is this a bar? Looks like. Look at the state of the place. I look up. Oh, it's just part of the asteroid, isn't it? It's all sort of... I'll look up in here is what you meant, was it? Oh wow, look, it's like a massive shaft. Wow, okay, let's have a look around it here. Okay, so this, yeah, okay, just drink. Drink to the left. So it's like a space bar. Okay, looks like the barman's not here. Okay, so there's a dodgy space bar here with places to have dodgy drinks and do dodgy stuff. Oh, that was a nice Irish accent.
Ease up, I'm in the middle of something.
Oh, I think I'll leave him alone. I've been to bars like this. Ease up, I'm in the middle of something. I think I'll, yeah, that's definitely, don't give him any hassle. Okay, so that's lift number 2. Oh, this place looks so dodge. It's quiet, fortunately. Admin. Look at the state of it all. Level 1. So we've got multiple levels around this sort of lift shaft. Oh, this place is... it's just a dodgy arrow on the wall. It's saying go down here. Look at the state of the place. Oh, look, it's even got rips in the fabric. This looks... Oh, This is so run down. Oh, there's a player. Okay, get out the way of the players. Who knows what they're up to? Oh, look, all the screens aren't working. They're all busted. The heck's down here? Everything is just a mess, isn't it? And presumably there's some worthwhile stuff to come here for. There's an area on the station to observe illegal races. Okay, cool. That's just rubbish again. Really nicely done, that sort of infrared heat lamps. You see it, look at the state of it. Wow. I'm going to jump down there. This kind of the interior of the asteroid has been mined out. T4 employees only. Oh, look at the interior here. This is just a complete... Okay, there's another airlock. Okay, so that's another way out of this. Look at this. So it didn't bother tidying up around here. Looks like they've just been hacking at the wall and they just went. Wow, what a horrible place. Cool, but horrible. Oh, it's just... makes you feel grimy just exploring it, doesn't it? Which way did... Then you get... Okay, I came this way. Yeah. Back up here. Okay, so this is sort of the main concourse. So let's go up a level. So this is level 1. Error network cable disconnected. This is where I was. It's really quiet. It feels like everybody's kind of hiding. Really, really nasty, oppressive atmosphere. Okay, internet airlock is part of the station that hasn't been finished. There are rules in Grim HEX, they're just not UE or local security rules. You can actually look at local rules in the journal. Oh, okay. Okay, so I need to explore some of those sort of things as well. Okay, so it's just another underground sort of vent area. Another access outwards? Or is that... No, it's not a... Oh, wow. Okay, is this the racing bit? Gamble irresponsibly. Love it. Oh, this is a proper dodgy sort of Star Warsy kind of go and make a dodgy dealing sort of thing here. Races on hold. Okay, races on hold until debris is cleared. No races today. Pilots arrested. Oh, so we can't watch the races today. So what do they do here? What kind of racing is that? So you can actually hang out in the space bar and watch some dodgy... Oh, look at the view. Some dodgy space races. Okay, gamble your ship. Ooh. So it's like pink slips for spaceships. Make your own luck. Oh wow, I'm not going to do that with my ship. Very cool though that you can do stuff like that in the game. What an amazing view, isn't it? Even though it's all oppressive and horrible, it's really nice. Gamble irresponsibly. That's such a good error message, isn't it? Races on hold until the debris is cleared. This is ship racing, but you can shoot opponents. Oh right, okay. To the right is the gun store. Okay, I need to look at the gun store. Must be some decent guns in here. Okay, so when you said to the right, leave your mortgage at the door. Speaking of races, today is the Daymar rally kicks off. Play a race event on Daymar that's been added to official law. Grab a beer out of the garbage can I? Well, there's a couple of beers there. Can I pick one of those up? I didn't see a garbage can. Is that? That's just... Nobody actually using a garbage can, they're just sort of chucking all the stuff on the floor. What an amazingly oppressive, horrible environment, but... Okay, so... Scramble racing. So presumably there's a way to take part in this when the races are on. Nice. Like that. A little further than you were is a beer stand. Oh, okay. Let me just go back and see if I can find a beer stand. I fancy having a space beer just because. Oh, is that it there? Oh, a beer stand. So I can have a I can have a hot dog. I can have a classic. Okay. So okay, the guy's selling hot dogs. Where's the beer though? More info. What does it tell me about it? Okay, so it's a the double dog affects dehydrating and hypermetabolic. Excellent. Beer is to the left of him. Oh, okay. So I can just have a beer. Excellent. Space beer. A cognitive impairment and dehydrating. I can't have one of those then. Let's have a beer, shall we? More info, and I can presumably buy a beer. Awesome. So can I drink? I can actually drink it. Excellent. I think. Oh, I can actually rotate it around and have a look at it. That's just shaking my beer. That's probably a bad idea. Okay, so carry. Oh, hang on. That doesn't seem to. Maybe I need to just move away from there. So where's my beer gone? There it is. Drink. Remove helmet to eat or drink. So much realism. Okay, so I've got to take my helmet off so I can have a drink. Excellent. I love it. Right, drink. Let's have a drink. So I'm having space beer on the space station. Trying to put the bottle cap on for some strange reason. That's not how you do it. Let's just keep drinking. Do I actually get drunk? Okay, so I've now drunk half my beer. Let's just drink the whole beer. I'm really thirsty. Not quite sure why I'm putting the bottle cap back on. Drink like 10 more. That's right, just pass out. That's just so cool. I need to find a gin and tonic. There must be. Oh, the bottom left is my blood intoxication level. Oh, it's going up. Excellent. Oh, I feel much more relaxed now. Sure, I can drink 1 pint of beer without too much problem. There we go. So I finished my pint. No, I finished my glass of beer. But anyway, I just. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the rubbish because that's what you do, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so now I'm 4.6% intoxicated. Excellent. Does that have any impact on me? So if I drink a lot, do I get drunk and stagger about? That would be most amusing. That is just fantastic. So I can have a beer. You can actually get drunk, drink more. That's awesome. I need to find in that case, I need to find a planet with some spirits on it. I've had a space beer. I haven't yet had a space beer at a space bar because the bartender's never been around when I needed him. But the idea that I could is awesome. The bar here should work. Okay, if you get over 75%, you can't walk straight. And over 75%, you pass out. Need a kebab? Does anybody want a kebab? Left here. Okay, hang on. Let's find the bar. And let's have another drink. Because the bar we went to didn't work. I'll go back. Where's the gun store? Okay, I need the gun. Definitely need the gun store. Where is that? So it's not telling me what it is. Drugs get wasted way faster. Was it in here? Back to where you were. Okay, so this is the. I don't see a gun store. It's behind you now, right? Oh, over there. Okay, so it's sort of slightly dodgily hidden around the corner. Okay, which kind of makes sense. So is that the gun store in there, or You hold the power. That sounds more like a gun store. Try a rifle. Welcome to Scutters. Excellent. Okay, and there's just ammunition and that's really helpful, safe, isn't it? Go down below for really dodgy stuff. Okay, so this is guns and stuff. Oh, I can say I could just choose guns off the shelf.
What?
For a week or so, you could actually drug other players in armistice zones, and they would pass out, and you could rob other players. Stuff. Oh, this game is so funny. So I can buy a gun. That probably isn't a bad thing here, is it? I don't think I've got any guns with me. Let's put my helmet on because it sounds well dodgy. Just feel more comfortable having a helmet on. So can I buy a gun just off the wall? That's a cool looking gun. What's that? A salvo frag pistol. Well, that looks quite cool. Don't think it's any good, but nice. The thing is, being drunk, people can't meditate on the animation plays, and you can keep all. Okay, so Drew, you can buy some good armor here as well. Okay, E for exit. Okay, so I can actually pick weapons up and just try them out for size. That's quite cool. I have actually got some armor, but it's in my Microtech. The dev said he wanted to try allowing players to use weapons in these zones to protect themselves against getting really involved in society against it. Oh dear. That one's quite a nice gun as well. Nice little pistol.
Why can't anyone put things back where they found them? It's not my job to pick up after you.
It's really upset. Okay, so I can kind of. That's quite nice how I can just get a feel for what the gun feels like. That's really, really good. Scutters are the robots in Red Dwarf, says Moz. Yes, that's very true. Oh, I like the gun store. I'll put that back. Brilliant. Okay, so that's the dodgy gun shop. So there's some other stuff. Is there a fire? Wouldn't it be nice if there was a firing range? That would be very good. So at some stage you're going to have to look at the actual weaponry for. So I'd be mucking about the weaponry on the ship, but not personal weaponry yet. I haven't got that far. Okay, so some more dodgy shops downstairs apparently. So on the ground level, and there's an outlaw clothing store. Okay, let's go down. Is there a that's the lifts I came in. Is there another down level? Or am I at the bottom here? Hand missile fire, you can buy that. Okay, so given the amount of time I've got left on the stream, I'll probably stay here overnight, as it were. Maybe we can go buy some stuff. So, are there more dodgy shops down here? Oh, this was just the way. This place looks so dodge. There's just piles of stuff. What's that? Okay. This is the bar again. Oh no, I've been here, haven't I? I've come through another entrance.
What's the hold up?
Back into the main hall and look for hallways. Right, okay. Very impatient people waiting for a beer there, I think. Oh, it's so easy to get turned about in here though, isn't it? There's a store where you can buy a crypto key to hack your way into things. Okay. Right, so I'm here. I'm looking for hallways. So there's admin. Is that one? Admin at Grim Hex. What would be in there? That's the shop, is it? So what does these consoles do? Oh, it's a trading console. Okay, that makes sense. So I don't need that. And there's a closed door too. Okay, so let's keep. That's a door that's not going anywhere. Okay, so I'm looking for little corridors like that. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Let's have another look around. Don't know what he's doing. Looks like he's given up hope. Oh, hang on, there's another one here. Oh, these are so well done. They feel all kind of like whether or not you should be going down these places. It's all busted up. Look at that. It's just a wreck, this station. Don't go this way, big red X. Caution, don't go through there either. Oh, this looks well dodgy. So what's down here? Anything? This one goes deep. Okay. Oh dear. This is the perfect place to get mugged, isn't it? It's just a maze of... Okay, so what's down here? Who's this guy? He looks well unhealthy. Oh, this is a back alley, and it's a mission giver. It's like it is like a movie set, isn't it? It's just okay. So he's a mission giver. The hell do you want? Like that. Nice. But I didn't mean to bother you, sir.
Learn, do you? We're done.
Right. Take a subtle hint there. Zoom in on his face. Okay, let's just do that. Oh, he's got a tattoo and everything. Oh, look, he's got stuff wrong with him.
Ain't got nothing to say to you.
He ain't got nothing to say to me. Okay, so I'll take the subtle hint. Okay, so he's a mission giver, which presumably I don't have enough rep or something. He's addicted to a maze drug. Ugh. Look at the state of these stairs. It's all busted and broken and... But just imagine having to get missions from places like... it's just brilliant. What a vibe though. This is... I love the idea that you could just meet up with a bunch of you and plan dodgy dealings. Okay, so here's another one. Open. Ah, this is a clothing shop. Okay, so this is dodgy as well, isn't it? A bunch of it's like pre-worn knackered clothing. Love it. Is that the proprietor of the shop just sort of zoned out on the floor? Okay, so you can buy some boots. It's all just a glorious mess, isn't it? This is Maze turns your blood black after long-term usage. Wow, okay. So you have to have a criminal rep to talk to him. Right, don't try on anything. He's allegedly friends with the owner of the bar. You can get that leather jacket. Oh, is there a leather jacket? I didn't see a leather jacket. Oh yeah, look. There's like a trench coat. A horde jacket. Try it on. Come on. What do I look like? Oh, it might need some trousers. That's still very cool though, isn't it? They all look like they need a really good wash. If you try anything on, the things that you wear might disappear. Okay, no, but not. I think we're okay there. Nice though. In fact, you've got custom clothing and all sorts of stuff in the game. What a horrible, horrible space station though. It really is grim. Yeah, it literally is grim. Yeah. Rip off. Okay, at the front. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's go back then. At the front, where is the leather jacket? Is that? That's the t-shirts. Oh, there, like a trench coat. Oh yeah. Let's try that on. Try on jacket. Okay, she's going to need some undergarments. I like that though. She looks quite cool in that. Let's hope she hasn't lost. Oh, now she's lost. Now I'm going to have to buy some clothes. Right, let's get a grimy t-shirt, because she needs to kind of blend in around here then. She's not going to blend in like that. That's going to ask me for trouble. Let's get something grim and dark. There's a dark Cliff back t-shirt. Let's try that. Okay, so she definitely, yeah. See, that looks alright. Let's how do I buy it then? Okay, there we are. Right, buy. Okay, confirm purchase. Now I need some trousers. Although I can't go outside now, can I? Because if I do, I'll die a horrible death. Skellig pants. Let's buy some of them. Check out the Habs. The Habs may have to wait till next week. Right, let's put those on. Oh, I can't see anything. I do want my trench coat. She's going to look good in that. Okay, so she has to put that on. She's going to need some boots, actually, isn't she? Okay, so now she looks just grunge central. Right, boots. There must be some boots in here. I think they were over here, weren't they? So let's get some dirty black boots. Those ones will do. There we are. Pond's boots. Yeah, let's have some of them. Okay, boots. Yep, boots. We've got boots. Nice. Right, now let's go back and get the trench coat, because obviously. Where was that? That was there. There's the trench coat. Definitely got to buy that. £4,000 I could buy. Right, there we go. Trench coat. Ooh. Ah, yes. Right. Nobody's going to mess with her now, are they? That's brilliant. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So yeah, now she looks like a proper kind of. Yeah, you're not going to mess with her, are you? Oh, a hat. Yeah, I need a hat. Space hat. That's what I need. Oh, I'm in third person. Oh, I didn't realise there was a third. What kind of hats are there? Are these hats? Well, those toupees. It's difficult to tell, isn't it? Oh, those are hats. Yeah, they are hats. So like a kind of space hat, a space tee, space cap, really. Have we got any other kind of hats? Spend all your time just changing your clothes. I think those are the only ones, aren't they? Sunglasses. Yeah, can you buy sunglasses? Yes, she's got that sort of Trinity vibe now, hasn't she? Let's buy a MC hat. Go on then. Where do I get the dark glasses from? Is that a thing? That would be really good. Women's sizes are currently out of stock. Oh. I bought one anyway. Hang on, let's. I should come here. It's like a beanie hat. Excellent. Yeah, where do I get the sunglasses from? Oh, the sunglasses. Remember, inventories are now physicalized by location, so you need to move your clothes to your cutty black inventory or wear them on the pilot. If I want to, okay, I have to bear that in mind. So you've got to kind of bear in mind where you've got. So I noticed I've got a whole bunch of stuff that's back at Microtech, so there aren't any sunglasses. That's what I need. Fashion Citizen. Okay, glasses are one of the only things buyable on the pledge store only. Right, okay, so maybe I can get those on. So there we go. Anyway, I've got a hat. Okay, so now I look a little bit like I can blend in a bit, don't I? Nobody's going to bat an eyelid about her now. Awesome. That's really cool. The fact that you can dress yourself to look like a dodgy person. That's very good. I like that. Fashion Citizen, yeah. Wow, so anyway, so how do I get to the Hab? I guess we'll find that out next week, because I'm out of time. I mean, I've been playing for 2 hours, and what have I done? I have looked around a spaceship, bought some clothes. It's upstairs. Okay. Looked around a spaceship, flown to an asteroid, and bought some clothes. in today's exciting episode, a true play star system. But it's so much. It's so compelling. It's just brilliantly done. Experiencing these different environments. Look, it's all graffitied, and is that a cash machine? Oh no, it's a fines and citations payment system. Okay, so if you commit a crime, you have to do some stuff to pay it off. Habs are up RJR stairs, right stairs? I've been in there before. Okay, so we've sort of come upstairs. Oh, Habs, there we go. This is Habs. Okay. So this is where I will respawn next time I log in, I'm guessing. Look at the state of this place. That's oh, it's just wrong. It's like loo paper everywhere. That's just horrible. I don't even want to think about that. Oh, and I can hear things creaking and... Oh, it's awful. It's like I've got a spare camp bed there. Rubbish. It's so nice. It's so run down. So this must be one of the worst places to exist in, I'm guessing. But what a lovely dodgy vibe. It's just it's just horrible. And there are 4 of these halls. They're all slightly different. Okay, so I guess it's going to be random where I respawn. But oh. You can just imagine. And look, it's all dodgy, and oh, that's just oh no, look here, that's just horrible. Look, there's a loo roll, and then there's like a dodgy stain on the floor. It's just you just don't want to touch anything. Where's the hand sanitizer? Quick, I need some hand sanitizer. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, let's just have a quick look in here. Okay, so they're all, oh, there's graffiti and very good. Places for people to kit, basically. It's like a really low rent budget hotel. Yeah, okay, yeah. So they're all kind of, yeah, it's nasty, isn't it? Floor 1, Habd. Very creepy sounds, actually. Wait until the pyro system, it'll be places like this, worse other systems. Yeah, so it's just a crime scene, isn't it? That's exactly what it is. Just crime scenes everywhere. Oh. Okay, they're all around this level, aren't they? So I must have seen C. Okay. And then... Okay, so what's in here? This is in between the habs. This is... What's this all about? What's in here? Okay, this is another store. What are they selling here?
Hi, welcome.
Oh, she seems very enthusiastic. Have you ever stayed in the Formula 1 in France? No. The crazy noodle person. Okay, what's she selling in here? What are these things? Oh, these are ship components, aren't they? Okay, so you can buy ship upgrades and things. It's quite hard to find the places, which I suppose is kind of cool, isn't it? You've got to know where stuff is. Okay, so 01A. I need to go and have a look at. All right, that's a component shop. Have I stayed in Formula 1? No, the worst I've stayed in. I mean, yeah, budget hotels in the UK I've stayed in occasionally. They're not great. Okay. Oh, look at this. Let's stay on this one. Okay, so that one, that hammer's actually busted. Oh, look at that. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Oh, there's bullet holes in the floor. There's been a fight in here. Excellent. This guy's just chilling in the war zone. Things have exploded. That's just brilliant. I love it. Okay, stuff's been ripped across the floor. mess. The very last apartment. Okay, is that up the store? Up here. Oh, it's all creaking and groaning and horrible. What's happened up here then? Oh, there's a guy pointing in there. Oh, I'm scared to go in. It's just a student party, isn't it? It's just been trashed. Love it. Oh, look, there's toilet rolls and it's basically it was a good night, wasn't it? Somebody had a good party in here by the look of it. Don't think it was this person. Did I miss the part? That is so cool. Someone's actually trashed one of the hams. Fabulous. Interact with the audio. Reminds me of being back at uni. Interact with the audio pad and the table in the hab. Okay, hang on a minute. Where's the audio? Oh, there. Right. Okay. Retrieve data. Okay. Remember. Okay. What's happened? Okay. Medium is part of discussion. Oh, blimey, someone's quite articulate. Okay, while I had some concerns at first, and throw away my new habits, being a fruitful ground for inspiration, leaving the comfortable familiar behind, and embracing the chaos of Grim Hex has been so cathartic that I've been losing all my credits as a blessing. To see these other artists who make it. I met a woman today who goes by the name of Three Toe. She told me if she was to die, she'd want to be floated out to the asteroids by the big. There's a datapad you can look at. That's very cool. I love the idea that you could pick up an item like that, and it contains some data that you can actually read, and then you can decide whether or not to follow the story element or something. That's really, really good. Right. My exploration of Grim Hex must alas come to an end at this stage, I'm afraid, my friend. I've got to 6 o'clock. I need to go and cook some food. So look at the state of the place. It's just wrong. Just brimming over with wrongness. But it's gloriously wrong. It really is. Dear. Fantastic. Right, so I'm assuming I will respawn back here. There's a whole mission where you need to find audio data pads in the abandoned station. Okay, so there's cool stuff for me to experience. But anyway, so thank you for joining me. Looking around the ship, buying some clothes and docking at a space station. I'm just, even in 2 hours, I'm barely scratching the surface. That's really, really good. See streams twice a week. I'm going to struggle with that at the moment. Yeah, fortunately I am doing at least a regular stream on a Friday now, which is good. Yeah, I've got too much to do and only so many hours in a day, but it's fantastic. What a fantastic game! What a fantastic game! Literally just looking around and exploring stuff, absolutely amazing. So thank you for all the good advice. I really appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure, both in game and out. I am hoping to join up with some multiplayer shenanigans as well at some point. I've had a few invitations to that. I will get around to doing that once I've kind of began to navigate around space a bit more, and we'll crack on with this. So thank you everybody who on here who's new and enjoying the stream, very much appreciated. We'll be on YouTube in a bit as well, and yeah, lore. I need to get into the lore, and I'm in conversations with Mr. Astro Pub, I think his Twitter handle is. So we'll doubtless do some bits and pieces in the future there as well. So fingers crossed on that one as well. So yeah, stay tuned. There is more to come, and wow, I'm just totally bowled over with this. This is really, really good. And Urkel's DPS calculator, I have seen that website, so thank you very much for the suggestion. And yes, I will. I dive into that sort of stuff as well. So yes, so much more for me to do. But thanks very much for all the advice and inspiration thus far. Absolutely fantastic, huge fun, really, really good. Take care, my friends. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. I'm back on tomorrow morning with Wing Commander 3, and we will crack on from there. Be good. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Otherwise, and I will see you next week, citizens. See you out in the verse. Stay safe. Be good. Take care now, my friend. Bye bye.